Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Zach, aka Keats39 here to break down another NBA slate. Just got a two-gamer here today. Gonna be kind of difficult because, as two gamers always are, lineups are always weird and like you can't really miss. Uh, yeah. So this one I'm also gonna try to break down some like the lower price plays. One for showdown, two you might just have to go there to get the guys you want. Yeah, gonna start this one out with Miami Milwaukee. It's a really interesting series. Like Miami should be able to present problems for Milwaukee. I still think Milwaukee wins, but like Milwaukee, what they're bad at, they're really good defensively, but what they struggle with is guarding the 3-point ball. And Miami's the best team in the league shooting the three ball, so it's gonna be interesting to see how this one plays out. And they also have a bunch of guys that they can throw up Giannis. Giannis at 11.4, I still love Giannis. Showdown, I'm probably gonna if I play all my showdown lineups, I will probably have Giannis captain. Maybe a Bam lineup or two, but almost all Giannis at captain for me. Um, this should be a competitive series, and when it's competitive and he gets those 34 minutes, he's gonna top 60 DK points. He's just way too good. Um, so yeah, it's probably top play for me. Actually, 100% top play for me on this two gamer. Um, Moving on to Jimmy Butler. It's a weird spot for him. I don't love Jimmy Butler. I think he's fine. Like Showdown, I'm gonna play him, but main at 8.1. Don't love the matchup. It's gonna be tough. Um, yeah, it's like if you fit your build, I'm 100% fine with him. Just I don't love him. Like right next to him is Chris Middleton. I definitely prefer him over Chris Middleton. However, I think Chris Middleton gets no ownership compared to him, and I do like Chris Middleton has been really active as of late, like 10 rebounds in back-to-back games, 7 assists, 3 assists, shooting the ball 20 times. It's like, and he honestly will probably go on like under 20% compared to Jimmy Butler at 35 to 40% probably on this two gamer. Haven't looked at any projections, but it's like Middleton low and Jimmy Butler high end probably. Um, but yeah, and that's in the same thing as Giannis. Like if he gets to start like at 35, 36 minutes, that's definitely have interest there. Um, Bam Adebayo, he's had in the series this year, he's kind of had glimpses of really high games, really low games. One game he almost fouled out. He's probably going to be charged with Giannis a fair amount. He actually like for a big guy, he really matches up well with Giannis. Um, like, but DK is definitely really interesting just because his price. Like he's still under 8K, and he should not be under 8K. I expect like if he's not in foul trouble, I expect him to be pushing more than 40 minutes because they're going to need him on Giannis. Yeah, it's like I'm not scared of Brook Lopez. Like he's not very good. He's very slow. Like Bam will probably do his little jab step by him every time if he wants. So like, but they honestly could end up just switching Giannis onto him too. So it'll be interesting. But I'm gonna guess they don't really do that because other guys probably can't, or Lopez can't really keep up with many of these guys. So definitely have interest there. Like I like him a lot for showdowns as well. So Goran Dragic, it's gonna be interesting. Like I could see them coming back with Kendrick Nunn as a starter now that he's back in shape and stuff. I don't expect that. Like Kendrick Nunn can still DNP. That's gonna be one of the slate deciders. I have no clue what the heck they're gonna do with him. But Goran's been awesome. As expected, like he's always really good when he gets some minutes. His price is kind of like to the ceiling though. Being like the third man in line, so, he'll probably get to 30 TK points. Just don't know how much more than that is his ceiling. Like unless Jimmy Butler misses, like he doesn't really have like the 40 to 50 point upside. But like I'd say if you get 40 out of him, that's a really good game. But I'd expect 30. So like at the price on this slate, it's like you take that. Eric Bledsoe, like randomly, I don't know when he got hurt. I don't remember seeing it, but especially like his last game was his minutes high. Um, I I hate playing Eric Bledsoe, especially at the price, especially because like they are perfectly fine rolling George Hill out there, and like especially clutch time, like when like they do that fairly often. Um, However, bro, like he's been pretty solid lately. I don't like the matchup here for him either, especially if he's only gonna get to 25 minutes. Like he's a GPP play. Like he's one like he can get steals, rebounds, assists, and like just slowly like you don't even realize how good of a DK game he's having, and then you look and he's got 30. Um, but I'm not too interested in him. Tyler Hero, he's always a tough. Like 30 points is probably his ceiling too. So at the 5.5 or maybe not 30, but 35 probably is his ceiling. But in a 5.5, it's kind of like tough to say like, yeah, I'm okay with that. Like he's one like if you need a shooting guard, you land at 5.5. Like you'll play him and you'll take your 20 to 30, and be happy with it. Especially because like he's getting a lot of minutes, and if Kendrick Nunn can end up turning him too if they bring him in the rotation. Like Tyler Hero is playing a lot with the ball in the second unit. So like if none were to get in the rotation, and then that would really hurt that because they already have Iguodala, who's a ball handler as well. So getting 3 ball handlers out there would not really be ideal. But yeah, Hero's been really solid as a basketball player lately, so I don't really have an issue. Brook Lopez, he's gonna have one of these massive breakout games in the playoffs. He's been really solid in the 5x. So really solid cash play. I do like him for GPPs too, just because he does have the upside. Like if his threes are falling, but like in playoffs, he just does not rebound the ball. It's like Giannis rebound every single time. And Lopez just like 7 rebounds was like a really good game for him last time out. Would not expect much more than that. So it's like he's tough to play, just because like he doesn't do much other than shoot the 3, and he'll block shots too, which is solid, but he's fine. Just don't love. Duncan Robinson, I think, is interesting. I won't have any of them just because like the rotation right now. So their closing lineup is pretty much locked in. It's gonna be Goran, Hero, Iguodala, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo. That's their closing line. So like when that happens, like Duncan Robinson is sitting a lot of the fourth quarter. Same with Jay Crowder. That's why he's been. What's Jay Crowder's price? Yeah, 4.5. That's why he's been tough to play too. Like he's been really good in his minutes, but it's like they just don't have a minutes ceiling really. So it's really tough to play them because Miami has so many guys to roll out. So it's those two I don't have much interest in. Like obviously, like a 2-gamer, they're in play because they're fine plays. Just minutes are really kind of holding back their ceilings. I already talked about George Hill. He's fine. So if Bledsoe were to miss, George Hill going to be 100% in any high-stakes stuff and stuff like that. I like him a lot. But then I think a guy that won't be as... Well, he'll have ownership, but Dante DiVincenzo would probably step into the backup point guard and get around 20 minutes. And I'd have a lot of interest in him at the 3.4 on this slate. Like, if Bledsoe misses, you're probably playing George Hill and Dante DiVincenzo. Even Pat Connaughton, I think, gets a slight boost. But not enough to put him over the other two, but I would have interest in him. Kelly Olynyk, I don't think this is a Kelly Olynyk series. Like I don't think he's even gonna get the 16 minutes he got last series. Like Giannis is gonna smoke him unless Kelly Olynyk can draw a couple charges, which is always possible with him. I don't have much interest in him. Frank Mason, it would be a GPP dart. If Eric Bledsoe misses, I wouldn't expect him to play though, but it's possible. Wes Matthews in play. He's not very much in play, but in play because he at least gets to 20-25 minutes. Marvin Williams, Okay punt, not much interest there, but like if he gets 10 to 15 minutes, showdown, I think he's in play. For showdowns, I see myself playing a fair amount of Kyle Korver. He's like 2K on showdown. He's gonna come in and like when he's in, he's gonna fire the ball. If he's hitting, he might get a couple extra minutes. If he's not hitting, like if you get 5 points out of him at that price, it's like not the end of the world. Obviously, you want like if he gets 10, you're really sitting nice, which like he's been doing. Like against Orlando, he got double digits in 3 out of the 5. Like he's gotten 5. His lowest scorer is 5. So at the 2K price, like I'm gonna play Kyle Korver. For Maine, not as much in play because he's not gonna hit that really 5x. But like, if you love everything else, you'll take his 10 point from him, and that's just how 2 gamers roll. Robin Lopez didn't really play much in the series. I could see him getting some minutes in this series, but yeah. Yeah, that's almost forgot. Andre Iguodala, especially like a lot for showdowns, but like he's really cheap, gonna get a lot of minutes. He's not like crazy active. Obviously, none can hurt him too. But not many punts available. Especially like if Eric Bledsoe plays, like Iguodala is gonna be extremely popular, and I have no issues with that on the slate. Now over to OKC. I spent a lot of time on that game. Sheesh. Houston OKC. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do with Russ here. Like I don't think OKC really stands much of a chance when they have Russ. So like I could definitely see this one blowing out just like last game. Harden's price dropped a little bit. Like he was awesome last game and put up 45 DK. Like if he's not doing everything, he's gonna be tough to play. He only played 28 minutes, I guess, as well. But like the 5 assists, 2 rebounds, you're gonna need a lot more than that. He kind of exposed Dort a little bit last game, and they like if Dort is playing like he did last game, Harden is gonna destroy again because like OKC just couldn't play Dort. He was literally shooting every time on the court because Houston wasn't guarding him, and he wasn't making them. So if that's happening again, they're not going to be able to play him. It's going to make it really difficult to guard James Harden. Russ, last game he had a 25 to 30 minute limit. I expect that to be he'll probably get to closer to 30 minutes, assuming the game stays close. Really tough to play him at 30 minutes at 10K. Like unless they say minutes limits up, I probably won't like him very much. So the OKC guys, I expect CP3 and SGA to play like the entire game, like especially SGA. Like he'll probably be around 45 minutes. I'd guess 42 minutes, 40 to 42 from Chris Paul. So I do have a lot of interest in Chris Paul at the price. Like I'll more than likely be a mid-tier guy on this slate because of the limited punt options. So I definitely like SGA, Schroeder, and Chris Paul a ton. They're gonna dominate usage. Like they're gonna, if they want to stay close, those 3 are gonna have to carry them. Gallinari have some interest in at the price, but this is just a terrible matchup for him. Like they're so athletic on the wings and such good defenders that Gallinari really struggles to get open. Eric Gordon, like just as I expected last game, he didn't see much of a role change for him, as people would expect with Russ back. But he was really good last game. He freaking finally, I guess he's doing the same thing he's done the whole entire series, just getting to the rim, missing threes. Eric Gordon, like he's looked really explosive. Like if he starts hitting threes, I'll also say that like I threw a fair amount of money on Houston to win the championship. Just because I really do believe that they're best team in basketball. Like they present problems for every team. Like the only team, like if they draw the Lakers, that is a really tough matchup for them. Because they don't have a guy for AD. But like, even like the Clippers, like I think they match up great against the Clippers. I think they match up great against every team except the Lakers. So if they could get by like I don't think the Lakers match up well with them either. So it's gonna be like AD carrying them. But yeah, that was just a side note. But like Eric Gordon is a big X factor in that. Like if he's scoring, Houston is deadly. Covington, he finally had like that really good game. I wouldn't expect it again. Like his minutes are just tough because of all the bodies they can throw at the 4 and 5 position. But like if he's hitting shots like he was last game, he'll probably get there. He's hit 4 and 6 his last 2, so he's in play. Don't love, don't hate. Steve Adams is just like last game. If he plays the minutes, like he's gonna probably double. They don't have a guy for him. Just like how many minutes will he see? It'll depend how he's playing. It'll depend how they close out. Like they could go. The ideal lineup for them that they're gonna want to play at the end of the game is gonna be SGA, CP3, Dennis Schroeder, Gallinari, and Dort. That's what they're gonna want to do. If Dort's playing bad, could be Steve Adams over him. Could be if Gallinari's playing bad, it could be Steve Adams over him. So it's going to be a field thing for Billy Donovan. But I do like Steve Adams. Price back up a little bit, but I think he's fine. Jeff Green, his usage took a really big hit. His minutes were still 31. Still played 9 points, 10 boards. With rest back, I don't expect like his ceiling and floor to be as high. He's still fine. Just that I can't see myself really playing him. He also had a big boost last game with PJ Tucker getting ejected. Daniel House saw a pretty similar role. Struggled to shoot a little bit, but like 5Ks. He's overpriced, but seems like almost everyone on this site's overpriced. Like SGA is underpriced. But like even SGA is scary. Like last game he was so bad. Literally they iced him every time down the court and he got destroyed. Couldn't shoot, was turning the ball over, was fouling. Like he could not have played much of a worse game last time out. So it'll be interesting to see how the young guy bounces back. Like I'm probably gonna lock him at 7.1K. He's gonna play 45 minutes and get okay usage. But it is scary blocking him. Not gonna lie. And like Schroeder has been awesome this series. Like last game, he's lights out before he got ejected. So yeah, definitely underpriced for him as well. Tucker, I like a lot. He was playing really, really well until he got ejected. Rustbeck, I actually think helps him. Like he might see a few less minutes, but like just another guy to get to the hoop and kick it to him in the corner as he's standing there wide open because Steve Adams tries to help. Like that's going to be a common theme in this. So I'll have a lot of PJ Tucker. I think Dort's a really nice GPP play. Like he's he's taking double-digit shots every game. They're not guarding him. 4.1K. If he gets like shots to fall, he's gonna have a big game, like 30-point game. Probably won't happen just because he's not a good shooter. But if it does happen, like they want him to be on the court, so they want him to play 35 to 40 minutes. Will it happen? Probably not. But like GPPs, I like it a lot. Darius Baisley, I think he's like just a really good player, and he's really active when he's in. Like I think that they should look at playing him over Steve Adams. I don't know. He's probably not a great defender, so I'm not sure if they'll be able to. I don't know his game. I guess his defensive game that well. I'll have to check the splits, but like he is a really solid offensive player, really active. Like every time he's gotten minutes, like right in the bubble, the regular season bubble, he was like dominating game in and game out with that Gallinari not playing much. But like GPP, I think he's, especially if this game blows out, like I think it probably will. Don't have much else. I think Nerlens Noel, really solid showdown play. If you land on him for Maine, I don't hate it because he's a punt that I'm pretty confident is going to get maybe double-digit points. That he's really active when he's in. Yep, and I think I got pretty much everybody covered on this slate. So I'd say scale it back a bit. It's a really tough slate. I'm going to be playing more showdowns than main, but I think there's definitely strategies that can get you a nice return on main. So good luck, everyone. Look forward to playing this one.